LVU, sedative medication, and sleep deprivation, a threat to children's brain development. Sweden claims to put the best interests of the child first. Yet every year, thousands of children are subjected to measures that, according to modern neuroscience, risk harming brain development. It is time to speak plainly about the consequences of LVU, separation trauma, psychotropic medication, and sleep deprivation. When a child is forcibly taken into care under LVU, it often happens abruptly. The child is torn away from their parents, their home, their safety, and their primary attachment figures. For the child's brain, this is not an administrative intervention. It is an existential threat. The stress system is activated at full force. Cortisol levels rise, and brain development shifts from growth to pure survival. Research is clear. Prolonged stress and separation during childhood affect critical areas of the brain. The hippocampus, responsible for memory and learning, is inhibited. The amygdala, which governs fear and anxiety, becomes overactive. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for impulse control, empathy, and decision-making, struggles to develop normally. The child does not become difficult. The child becomes stress-injured. Despite this, many children placed under LVU are not met with increased safety and stability, but with sedatives, sleeping pills, and psychotropic drugs. These medications may sometimes be necessary, but when they are used to suppress trauma reactions rather than address the underlying cause, serious risks arise. In children and adolescents, sedative medications can inhibit brain plasticity, impair memory and cognitive development, cause emotional numbing, and in some cases lead to dependency. Added to this is a frequently overlooked issue: sleep deprivation. Children in institutional care often live with nighttime anxiety, surveillance, unsafe environments, and recurring distress. Long-term sleep deprivation in children is not harmless. It impairs learning, increases impulsivity, disrupts emotional regulation, and raises the risk of depression and post-traumatic stress disorder. During ongoing brain development, these effects can become long-lasting. When a child is exposed simultaneously to separation trauma, chronic stress, psychotropic medication, and sleep deprivation, the brain is affected on multiple levels. The result risks being misdiagnosis, lifelong medication, school failure, and severe difficulties in forming secure relationships later in life. LVU is meant to be a protective law, but protection cannot be defined purely in legal terms. The brain is a biological organ, and a child's need for secure attachment is not an opinion. It is a fact. Chemically suppressing a child's reactions to separation instead of minimizing the trauma is not care. It is a systemic failure. The concept of the best interest of the child must be redefined in light of science. Forced placements must be an absolute last resort, short in duration, and followed by maximal efforts to provide safety, stability, and relational continuity. Medication must be used with extreme caution and never replace care, presence, and real support. Protecting children does not merely mean relocating them. It means protecting their brains, their attachments, and their future.